Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
Moe's Guitars is the proud sponsor of Girls Talk Rock. Over 35 years of helping girls and guys rock. Moe's Guitars, M-O-Z-E, guitars.com.
Welcome to Girls Talk Rock, where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And here are your hosts, Tracy Smith and Beth Venus.
We are here for another episode of Girls Talk Rock on the Enter Talk Radio Network. We are here with a fabulous person today. But before I introduce her, I just want to get to business. We want to thank Moe's Guitars for being our amazing sponsor. We want to thank Studio at CCMA for being our sponsor.
Yes.
We want to thank Red Giant Promo, and we want to thank Playcam, which is me. We want to thank Play It Like a Girl Records. We want to thank She Rocks the Planet. She's doing a lot of good stuff over there. We also want to thank Mike Ruggiello, guitar instructor. Mike Ruggiello. We love that name.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And we remind everybody that we are Girls Talk Rock, and this is Tracy Smith, and I am Beth Venus, and we're just really, really thrilled to be here with Eve Selis, our very own San Diegan, who is covering the music spectrum in a lot of different ways. And those of you who are musicians out there, take a good listen at her path from cover music to original music to almost everything in between, and being also branded in quite a few different categories, from Americana to rock to some people would call it folk. But we're going to talk about that too, and we're going to talk about how you can make it work for you, and make sure you apply it to your life. So here we go. Right, Trace?
That's correct. We're ready to rumble. So welcome, Eve Selis.
Thank you.
We're ready. We're ready, girl. We're going to get right down to it.
Good to be here.
Awesome. Also, we want to say, too, thank you to the Coach House for letting us go there last week live.
Oh, second time.
Rebecca
I've done a live
Jade,
show, yeah.
Javier Colon.
Ooh, it was delicious.
The
He's so sexy.
voice winner, national touring artist, recording artist. So much fun last week. Thank you so much, Coach House.
Yeah, and
but
make sure you check out Rebecca Jade here in town. Like Eve Selis, she's a local favorite, and she's expanding her horizons of fans everywhere she goes.
Yes.
So
I like it.
And Eve, you've been a favorite here in San Diego for a while. For everybody in the county, they've probably recognized your name. You've been a favorite of the, I call it the Bart Mendoza circle of the San Diego
Music
scene.
Awards.
Yeah.
Yes.
Music Awards, and you're in that scene, and that's been a really successful tool for you in moving forward with your music. Tell us about the best result from being part of the San Diego Music Awards scene.
Well, I think, just being in this business as long as I've been doing this, perception is key. It really is. And when they talk about smoke and mirrors, which is funny because, that's in movies and whatnot, people see your name in the paper, they see that you've won awards, then they're like, wow, you're really doing something. And yes, you are. You've won awards and you're gigging, which is great. But I think it's the perception that you're doing that gets people on that track of, wow, you're really doing something, which is great. Mm-hmm. And the thing that's come in now that's kind of added to all that is social media and YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all of that was not around, by the way, back in the dark ages when I was a teenager.
Right? Well, when you first came
20s.
on, you were a winner of an alternative music, was one of the first awards you had, and then you went into Americana. Mm-hmm. If you could tell our listeners what the difference is between alternative, or defined as by San Diego music scene, and Americana.
I don't know that even they know what the difference is. When I started, I kind of found my sound. I coined a phrase. I called it Roadhouse Rock. And for some reason, when I said Roadhouse Rock, people go, oh, yeah. I know what that is. You say Americana, and they're like, well, what's that? You know, and basically Americana is, rock, folk, country, blues, even pop, all mixed together in its own genre. In other words, you don't fit into one genre perfectly, and you're kind of an amalgamation.
So millennial to say that. You know, I was thinking before the show when we were doing some research, and those of you who are looking online right now to look up Eve Selis as we're talking, you know, I was thinking as a Californian that that's just what we call people who do country music who are from New York or California, because that's what my first impression was. And then upon listening to it, I really got a good feel for what you're talking about. It's kind of neat to see that honored here in San Diego, where we're really hardcore alternative music buffs. I mean, that's kind of what this town is known for. You know, all our
But folk is coming back around.
There's
so.
a lot of singer-songwriters in San Diego.
Holy
great
Mary.
singer-songwriters in San Diego. So, yeah, you're right. It's there's my volume. Hello. What happened? I'm here. How did I get here?
You're in now. You're in the scene. She's on the mic. I love it.
What?
She just heard herself for the first time.
Yeah. Anyway, what were we talking about?
But the alternative
The scene, yes.
you know, for Americana, like your first album, Out on a Wire, and would you categorize that as being the kind of indie sound or alternative sound, or had you already made your way into more Americana?
Yeah, that one was, you know, I started off in a band. My band was called Kings Road, and we did a couple of records as that, and we actually went to Nashville and made our rounds with people and got passed on. Thanks, but
Lovingly.
no, thank you. Or the famous phrase that I've heard so many times in my life: we decided to go in another direction. I was like, oh.
That's a nice way of saying, move on.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, a lot of big names have had that said to them. So
I'm sure.
What I realize now in hindsight, what that really means is you're not my people.
Right.
But when you hear it, when you're in your 20s and 30s, you're like, oh, no, I'm not good enough, or I'm not doing it. No. So when someone says we've decided to go in a different direction, or this isn't working, they just aren't your people.
You're not your puzzle piece.
And
right.
your
It's not
people are out
what they
there.
want. It's not what
And-
they're looking for.
And your people are out there. You just have to keep searching and finding them, or they will find you because they'll hear your record and go, I got to work with this person.
That's
They're
right.
amazing.
That's the fit. That's the fit.
So tell us
yeah.
about a little bit of the fun stuff you've done through networking. Some of the people you've met and things that you've...
You know, it is definitely a thing where when I was, so I'm going back to the dark ages, but the internet was basically invented when I was in my 20s. So this whole concept of YouTube and Twitter and all this hasn't been around that long. 10 years, 12 years,
you were
maybe
lucky
15?
to have MySpace.
Exactly. MySpace was it.
Right.
But it was so neat to get an email from somebody in Germany or Russia who was a fan.
Right.
Back when I was growing up, the only way you got that was you hired somebody, you gave them a lot of money, and then they promoted your stuff to other countries and other places.
Right.
And it just didn't happen on an indie level. So the bar has been broken and lowered to where anybody can really do it. You just have to get out there and do it. So now that you know that so many people come to Instagram or Snapchat or, whatever it is that you're doing, you got to do it every day and you got to do it nonstop. And you should really hire somebody who knows what they're doing. That should be another member of your team.
Yeah, part of your team,
that
right.
kind of networking. And just really, a lot of times, it's just somebody hearing your stuff. I heard your
Right.
song on the radio. Oh, my gosh, I love it. Or I went to this gig and I went to go see so-and-so and you were playing next or you were playing before.
Right.
And you're amazing. And so the tried and true way of building your fan base is never changed. It's getting out there and playing gigs.
And playing,
And if you
yep.
want to expand your base, you go to LA and you go to Arizona and you it's hard to do in California because it's so far.
It's a big desert, ain't it?
If you live
Across,
in
yeah.
Nashville, there's like 11, I think, or 13 states that border that one state. So you can tour really easy. You can go out in a weekend and hit 3 states.
You're in,
and
you're
you're, so you have to be very specific about what you want to do, and networking really helps. And one of the things I would encourage younger musicians to do is to team up with other musicians, share the cost of touring, and share their fan bases.
Right.
Because you can't force somebody to be your fan. They're your
That's
fan or
right.
they're not. And if they're
That's right.
if you're like going to go see this band and they're hey, we're touring with our friends and they're here to play too.
Right.
You might end up falling in love with them as well, and then man, you got 2 for 1 right there, bang. And then the thing is, they start telling their friends. So the next time you go back, But that's the problem. People go out once, and then they're like, oh, only 10 people showed up, and I spent so much money, and da-da-da. You got to keep going back, and you got to keep going back. I've been going to England now since 2003, and that was kind of a bucket list thing. I want to play. The Beatles are from England. I want to play
That's
there.
right.
That's
right.
And the first tour was the cheap and cheerful tour, which was you're going to be lucky if you can cover your costs.
Right.
You'll sell some CDs. You'll get £50 playing at a pub. That's nothing. Although it's more than $50 since it's almost $100.
Right.
The pound is worth more than the American dollar. But it wasn't until we had to go back 2 or 3 times, and that's expensive.
It's very costly. Just
I
the
mean,
flight
the tickets,
out. Yeah.
I'm going this summer. I'm going in July. One person's ticket is $2,000.
Easy.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
$2,000, and you want to bring a band, and then you got to put them up in a
No.
hotel. It's hard.
And that's why some musicians do have bands and members over there on the
Right.
other side of the pond, waiting for them to just come over and play with them.
Exactly.
That
Or
helps.
you go over as a duo, and you get
That's
people
right.
so excited about you that you know the next time you're going to go there, you're going to have 100 people,
Yeah.
or you're going to have 50 people,
And
or
you're going to bring
whatever.
your full band next time when you
Right.
tell them that next time I come, my full band's rolling
Right.
in with me.
Well, that's exciting. You know, I want to stop on that so that we can get ready for our break here.
Okay.
But in the next segment, I really want to address what Team Selis is. You mentioned the concept of having a team. And with Team Selis, you know, when you put together a tour, when you're doing promotionals, when you're thinking about branding yourself, and if you have that 10-person show, how do you get back in that venue to make them want you back after only bringing 10 people in?
Yeah.
These are all issues that our musicians who are listening in have dealt with and deal with on a daily and weekly basis, hopefully less more than often. But we're going to tackle that in our next segment.
Yeah,
Trace?
and when we come back, we're going to roll right into some music. We're going to hear an MP3 of Eve's newest stuff, and we're going to love that. Thank you, Mo's Guitars. Thank you, Rodney Elliott, who's doing our sound tonight. Love it. Are you going to say "Hey, girl" on the mic or what?
We need
Come on.
it. We need
All
it.
right.
We need it.
We'll hear it next segment. No worries. There we go. We got it. All right, good. We'll be right back. Hang on 3 minutes.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
Thank you for listening to WS Radio. Improve your business and your life with useful information from experts and thought leaders. WS Radio is radio with ROI.
You may have heard me brag about Progressive Medical Center and just how much they've helped me with my health. And Dr. Goley, one thing that you've helped so many people with is migraines.
Unfortunately, there are millions and millions of Americans who are suffering with migraines and headaches, and they're debilitating because it affects the quality of their life, and they cannot function properly. At Progressive, we get the root cause because we understand that migraines could be caused by nutritional deficiencies, hormonal imbalances, believe it or not, delayed food sensitivities. And once we determine what the real reason is, we put a plan of action together with medication that we get them off slowly, and we put them on an all-natural approach, and the results are amazing.
Incredible. I mean, there's so many people that can say they don't live their lives with migraines anymore thanks to Progressive Medical Center.
And that's what's exciting and rewarding to us as physicians because we help our patients take control of their health, and that's why they're living well.
Why don't you get a hold of Progressive Medical Center today? Don't live in pain. Don't have migraines anymore. Just go to their website, progressivemedicalcenter.com.
This is your life, live it well.
Hey guys, CS Keys here to introduce you to San Diego's #1 health meal prep provider, Fresh and Fit Meals. With over 40 menu items to choose from, several pickup locations all over America's finest city, made and delivered fresh, never frozen. Save on time and money. Super convenient and improves the quality of your life. Just visit the website, freshandfitmeals.com, for all the menus and the pricing. Or give them a call at 858-805-5949 for more details. Remember, you are what you eat, so you might as well be fresh and fit with Fresh and Fit Meals.
Hey, it's Catherine from Listen Local Radio. Mo's Guitars has proudly served the San Diego music community since 1975. Specializing in guitars, basses, mandolins, banjos, and ukuleles, they buy, sell, trade, and consign. If you're looking for lessons, repairs, accessories, and cool gear, you found the right place. Located in downtown La Mesa Village, stop by and check out their digs or visit mosguitars.com or their Facebook page. mozeguitars.com, 619-698-1185.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, VinVillage.com, where wine lovers connect. Be sure to tune in weekly to Vin Village Radio for exclusive, in-depth interviews with the who's who in wine and food.
Talk to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Moe's Guitars is the proud sponsor of Girls Talk Rock. Over 35 years of helping girls and guys rock. Moe's Guitars, M-O-Z-E, guitars.com.
Welcome to Girls Talk Rock, where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And here are your hosts, Tracy Smith and Beth Venus.
Searching for some golden mean. One bright answer written softly in the sky. Is this life a perfect tragedy we all have dreamed? Or is the darkness just a canvas for the light?
Wow, you heard it here. That's great stuff. That's great stuff. So that's Eve Selis, and that's her new song called Fearless Heart, and it's on her brand new album called See Me With Your Heart. We love it.
I love it. I was just listening to it, and, you know, we talked about in the first segment about how Eve has really kind of started to really create part of the Americana sound, you know,
Yes.
here in San Diego, which involves so many things. Yeah, I want to know, when you're writing some of these songs, are you directing, say, let's just say you're a guitar player, because we know how guitar players can be. You're saying, hey, I really want that Telecaster sound. I really want that sharper pitch sound. I really want to use this kind of pedal, or I really want this effect. Or do you go in and say, let's see what happens, and run through and see if they land what sounds right to you? What's your approach on that?
Well, in the past, yes. In the past, because some of these songs you're playing live, and they are, you know, when you birth the song, it sounds of one way. And then after 6 months, it's a different song because you've been playing it and the band's kind of feeling it and whatnot. This CD is different for me in that I did not use my band. As a matter of fact, I went to Nashville and I worked with a guy named Kenny Greenberg, and he produced Allison Moorer's CD in 2015. And my husband was playing it. He had just read this article on her in Rolling Stone, and then he was playing it, and I'm like, who's that? You know, and because I love her anyway. And he tells me, and I'm like, this could have been an Eve Selis CD because of the sound.
Yeah.
And so I looked up on Facebook, and lo and behold, we were friends.
Love it.
So I
There you
Facebooked
go.
him, and I was going to Nashville to finish writing for the CD. Actually, we wrote Fearless Heart on that trip in this past October. And he said he would meet with me, and basically what I said was, I want that sound. That you did for her. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you work with and what you do. He's touring with Kenny Chesney now. I don't care about any of that. I just want my CD to sound like that.
Have
so
that swing to it, that tone to it.
and so one of the things to work with him was, he says, you know, if I'm going to produce this, then I need to be able to work with musicians that I know that I can get the sounds that you want.
There you go.
And that was hard for me because my band is amazing, but I really wanted a new experience, and I talked to them about it, and they were like, go for it.
Go do.
They said they gave me their blessing, which was great. But I did say that Mark Twang was a deal breaker not to have him, because he and I have been working together for 25 years.
There it is.
But when you go out and play this stuff live, they're going to be your band playing on it.
Exactly.
So are they going to be able to get that sound?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes. And
There we go.
one of the things my bass player Rick said was, no problem, you can go there and do it, and we'll make it sound better.
There you go.
And I'm like, yes, you will.
Well, and that's where we left off. We were talking to you about Team Selis.
Right.
Yes.
So obviously your band is the first step of Team Selis.
Yeah.
Right? Your band, your people, your trust. It's like a family. It's an extra
Right.
marriage in your life. And then you have the other your players, your instrumentalists and musicians. What is the extended family, and how much do you rely on them on a professional and personal level? That's realistic going into music. And
Well, it's funny. I have people that I've been working with. I have Anita York, who I've been working with for a long time, and she does what you do, social media, and she helped me with the CD release, doing all the tickets where people are buying tickets online, and there's a whole thing, and just the event manager type of thing. So
Right.
I'll bring her in for big things like that. I've had managers in the past. I would say what was told to me that I didn't listen to, but I would say you should really listen to this.
good.
You don't need a manager until you have a career to manage.
There you go.
Because you're giving away money every gig to somebody. And if I don't have any issue giving somebody 10, 15, 20% of a gig, if they work their butt off for me to do that, and they earned it.
To get you
Yeah, everybody's got to make a living. We're all in this together. But when somebody is just, they're managing 4 or 5 bands, and they're just collecting money. I had some bad experiences. I'm not going to say every manager is bad,
Well,
but
if
I
they're
did.
doing 4 or 5.
When you're not a top priority.
Probably not
Exactly.
your
If
people.
you're not a top priority, what's their incentive of helping you?
That's right.
I would say work with family or people you really trust, because
Right.
it's very hard. I have some people who come to gigs every time I play, and they'll sell CDs for me, and it makes such a difference to have somebody there. Say my one friend.
Right.
Cheryl Fleming will say, would you like all 3 CDs or just one today? She'll do things
Like a true
that.
salesperson. How many
go.
would you like?
I would never do that,
Yes.
but she'll just push
How
it.
many
and it,
would you
it
like?
makes a
And
difference.
sometimes, as the artist, you cannot take care of business yourself. You can't talk to the
Right.
people yourself. You can't sell the CDs yourself.
No.
You have to have that passion, the crew with passion around you. That's good.
And I
Love
learned
it.
something from some of our fans in England. One of the guys from the record label were on one of our CDs was licensed through Proper Records, and they have been supportive ever since we've been over there. And he said, Eve, don't be shy about saying on the microphone from the stage, hey there, I brought CDs with me. They're in
right.
the back of the room over there. Say hi to Cheryl. Everyone, hi.
Exactly.
After the show, even the band, myself and the band will be there and be happy to sign anything. He said, I guarantee you, they don't know that until you tell them.
That's
And
right.
So as an artist, it feels very self-promoting and like,
Oh,
what
yeah.
do you mean? I'm too cool for that. Or not even that. It just feels like you feel like you're like hawking your wares. Guess what? You are. And
Absolutely.
so tell them,
Yes.
and there will be a line around the place waiting
That's right.
to
That's
talk
right.
to you and tell you how much they enjoyed the show and get your signature. So it's really all about self-promotion, and I honestly
It
do
is.
so much of it myself. I'm ready to expand. This CD I want to do differently. I've actually been praying a lot on this CD, asking God to send the right people to me, to send
There you
somebody to work with that really gets me and gets me as an artist, because we all have friends that are like, oh, my brother works at so-and-so and blah. But when you try to force things to happen, I've learned this in my career.
Right.
Who do you know? How can you help me? wait, that
That's
feels
not the way it
very,
works, yeah.
it feels very usury. It feels very, like,
Yeah.
like I need a shower kind of a thing. How can I help you?
Right.
Is there a way we can work together where I can help you? I want to get my music out to people because this songs mean something to me and they've healed me and they've helped me grow as a human being, and maybe they'll touch somebody else that way. And that's what I want.
That's exactly
I'd love to get it out to millions of people. And my motto has been, I'm taking over the world one person at a time.
Yes.
It just takes a really long time. That
World
way.
domination.
One person at a time.
Well, you heard that here first, that Eve is world domination. She's all about.
I like it. I like hearing a woman say that. 'Cause a lot of men do.
Well, speaking of a woman, should we go into that subject? Should we breach that subject quickly? Or?
Yeah, this is just the end of our second segment, and we want
Well,
to
we got like a
on
minute
this.
left.
Think about this
but
one.
how does being a woman in a so-called man's world affect you? Go.
Well, it's definitely there. It's there in any business. It's
Right.
men versus women, and it's not better or worse or any of like that. It's your attitude. I'm not going to let anybody tell me I can or can't do anything. I'm going to be who I am, whether I'm a man or a woman, and I might be both sometimes. Just saying.
If you put the wig on and the suit,
exactly. And so I feel empowered by surrounding myself with people who understand that we're all in this together. I feel like, like when I was younger, it was, well, I'm not going to help you. What if that's my chance? What if I'm giving you my chance?
Right.
Your chance will come. Believe me, I've been doing this for a long time, and the chances of it happening for me are better than ever. Because the longer you do something, the more people recognize your name, the more you're out there, the more chances that it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I'm not in this to be rich and famous. If I wanted to be rich and famous, I would not be a musician. I would have gone into real estate or been a doctor, or I would have found another passion
and
that
you
worked
want to
for my
follow
heart.
your heart. So hold that thought. 'Cause
Okay.
when we come back, we're going to talk to you about all kinds of good stuff.
Well, we're going to really talk about the music and
Yes.
writing music,
yes.
and the different formats you have. I know you're a vocalist,
yes,
but we're going to talk about the instrumentals, and we're going to talk about how you take that on the road and create a show. Okay, a show.
Yeah, we're going to talk about touring and all that good stuff. So everybody just hang on to your seats. We'll be right back. Rodney, you're not fired.
We love him.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
On the internet, your business's reputation can be unjustly destroyed in an instant. Don't wait for that to happen. Building and marketing your 5-star reputation can increase your business by as much as 19%. Take control of your reputation and have the 5-star reputation you deserve with Reputation Marketing Solutions by DSI Development. Become the go-to company by visiting 5starrepmarketing.com. The number 5starrepmarketing.com.
Hey, it's Catherine from Listen Local Radio. Moe's Guitars has proudly served the San Diego music community since 1975. Specializing in guitars, basses, mandolins, banjos, and ukuleles, they buy, sell, trade, and consign. If you're looking for lessons, repairs, accessories, and cool gear, you found the right place. Located in downtown La Mesa Village, stop by and check out their digs or visit moesguitars.com or their Facebook page. mozeguitars.com, 619-698-1185.
You've heard me bragging about Progressive Medical Center and how they've helped me feel so much healthier. But one thing, Dr. Agoli, that a lot of people come to you with is just unexplained pain. They just can't get any relief. Why can Progressive Medical Center's Pain Management Center help them?
First of all, we have to acknowledge that pain is for real, and you've got acute pain and chronic pain. Here's the problem. That acute pain turns to chronic, which is long-standing, and no one's getting to the root cause. There's several key diagnostic components that help us get to the root of what's causing this pain. Is it inflammation? Once we do a thorough evaluation to get to the root cause, determine if it's structural or if it's a metabolic issue. And this way, we put an individualized program for pain management involving correcting the spine, using certain injections when necessary, and we get our patients out of pain quicker, and they stay out of pain because we teach them how to live their life well.
Don't let yourself live in pain any longer. Get a hold of Progressive Medical Center today at progressivemedicalcenter.com.
Progressive Medical, this is your life, live it well.
Hey
Hey guys, CS Keys here to introduce you to San Diego's #1 health meal prep provider, Fresh and Fit Meals. With over 40 menu items to choose from, several pickup locations all over America's finest city, made and delivered fresh, never frozen. Save on time and money. Super convenient and improves the quality of your life. Just visit the website, freshandfitmeals.com, for all the menus and the pricing. Or give them a call at 858-805-5949 for more details. Remember, you are what you eat, so you might as well be fresh and fit with Fresh and Fit Meals.
Talk to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Moe's Guitars is the proud sponsor of Girls Talk Rock. Over 35 years of helping girls and guys rock. Moe's Guitars, M-O-Z-E, guitars.com.
Welcome to Girls Talk Rock, where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And here are your hosts, Tracy Smith and Beth Venus.
All right, we are back, and I've got to give a shout out really quickly because this Friday, Groove Kitty, Wayward Sons, and Ghost Rider are going to be at the Coach House, San Juan Capistrano, which is the Legacy venue. And we are going to have way too much fun. So buy your tickets through Studio at CCMA. Give them the link, Beth.
Studio at ccma.com.
There you go.
STUDOAT at ccma.com. And
you heard it here.
Discounted tickets. But it's going to be fun because Wayward Sons, they're hysterical and fun and amazing.
And, but Groove Kitty puts on a really killer show.
Crazy,
so you gotta
guilty
come on
pleasures.
out.
And, it's all ages over there, so they hold about 600. And come and be part of the little party down there. And, I know
you can get dinner and drinks and a show all for your one ticket price.
It's been a while, so we'll have a good time.
So come on out,
the
man.
food's really good there.
It
is. It's consistently good.
It is.
I mean, it's pub food type of stuff, but it's consistently
they
good.
Take care of you.
They
some
take
mushrooms
care of you. There. I like them. I'm ready to go. Salty. I know, a little extra step.
Little salty.
Well, we're coming back. We're here, of course, with Eve Selis and our very own San Diego's very own. And we wanted to get into this segment. I know Tracy's just biting at the nip to get into this. We're going to be talking about touring, working with other musicians when you're writing and touring. Mm-hmm. And more importantly, I really want to touch on in this segment is where you play and why you play and where you won't play. And why.
And where you want to play.
So venues, clubs, bars,
who, what, when, where, and why.
Lounges, showcase stages.
Yes.
I mean, there's so many categories of where you can want to be and what you're getting. So let's first start with touring and the to-dos and the to-don'ts that you have.
To-don'ts, I like it.
To-don'ts, that'd be a good name for a band.
There you
To-don'ts. Sorry. Touring is very expensive. It just is. And you're an indie artist, you have to pay for everything. And you don't even kind of think about that, oh, wait, we have to sleep somewhere. Oh, we've got to eat food. Dang it.
Really?
That's where having an agent that can book you a gig where you are being, you're getting a guarantee.
Yeah.
And then you're getting room and board. So usually they'll pay, do a buyout or feed you for dinner at least, and then put you up. That's the contract that you want. And then there's always usually a 70%. So if you reach a certain number, anything after that, you get 70%, they get 30%. So you're still, the more people you get in, the better. It's just really hard to tour in California. Yeah. It just is. And because I'm older and I have family, it's hard for me to be away. We were talking about that. When I go to England, the thing that saves me is FaceTime or Skype, because you can at least see your family. We weren't doing that. It wasn't around when we first started touring.
There you go.
That's really hard to do. I would suggest planning a tour budget and maybe saying we're touring, we're going to go out in 6 months, we're going out. So every gig from now till then, we're taking $100 off the top or whatever it is, 50% or whatever you can afford, where you guys can still eat something and put some gas in your car off the top to have a budget for this. And then, you're selling your CDs. That's how you can make money. That's how I've made most of my money selling CDs.
CDs.
And just get, push them push them. People are there for a reason. They want to hear music. Music heals. Music gives everybody permission to feel something. It just does. And a lot of people are afraid to feel, so they need like 3 minutes where they can cry and no one's going, why are you crying? Because this is a really sad song or whatever. So, or have a couple of concerts that are just like fundraisers. People, or do a GoFundMe account. I would highly recommend doing that because there's always extra costs. And the band breaks down on the thing.
Well, that was the lead-on question is, you have musicians that you want to take with you who are your core, they're your family, your group.
Totally.
But how many of them, and this is for you in particular, in your case, have the freedom to pick up and go? And what was your situation
all of my
with that?
musicians do in that respect. But I got to tell you, once 2007 hit and the market crashed and people weren't hiring bands because everybody was afraid to spend any kind of money, whether it was corporate or private or whatever, it just tanked. And when we tanked here, we tanked first, and the rest of the world kind of started tanking. So they were all playing catch up. Yeah. And in hindsight, it would have been so much better to buy a van instead of renting it every time, and having it, storing it at a friend's house in England. Say, you can use it for a year, and then when I'm over, I need it for 3 to 4 weeks.
There you go.
So, having band members that can tour, I've been very fortunate. They all can tour. But there have been times where I'm like, guys, I'm sorry. I just can't afford to bring you this time. For instance, this year, I'm only going as a 4-piece. I'm not going as a 6-piece.
Nice.
And unfortunately, that's going to affect the way the music sounds because when you hear my new stuff, there are 2 guitar players and there's this pedal steel and there's some sound effect kind of stuff that you're not going to hear. But what I found is that people really are there to see you.
Right.
And there to see the band.
They're
there for the relationship. They could stay home if they wanted to listen to the record. They want to see it live and they want to hear you talking and they want to hear you laughing and they want to feel like they're part of something.
Part of you.
And in England, I got to tell you people, England is the place to tour. They go out and see music 2 and 3 and 4 times a week.
And that was going to be
love it. It's awesome.
That was going to be one of my questions to you is, why do you think that the San Diego scene is so bad for music as far as getting people out to the shows and enjoying it? Why? Is there just too many bands, too many venues, too much going on all the time versus where when you go over on tour, there's not all that stuff that you can go out and do? There's only a certain few clubs you can go to? Or
Well, I think when you're on tour, especially like when we go to England, we only go once a year.
Right.
So we have some fans that'll come to 5 and 6 of our shows.
Right.
It's a small country. It can fit into the state of Texas.
Yes.
Right.
Just saying.
Right.
So you can tour the entire country.
Pretty quick.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
Right.
But still, would you drive 200-300 miles to see a band and then turn around the next day and drive another 100 miles to see their next gig and then drive 50? I wouldn't. I mean, I just wouldn't. But they're voracious there. But here, goodness gracious, you're going to go. It's just.
But you
have a lot to choose from.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
Thank you, bringing me back. See, that was that whole squirrel moment. In San Diego,
Here's the nut.
I have to tell you, in San Diego, the gigs keep going. I mean, the venues keep going out of business, and people.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking. I feel like they're. It's a gorgeous day. Let's go to the beach. Oh, we were at the beach too long. We're just going to stay home and drink wine.
Exactly.
It's very of the day, of the moment.
Yes.
Right.
Ever
Yes.
since 2007. It started getting better, 2008, 2009, 2010. We started kind of turning the corner and people started going out, spending more money, going out to dinner again, going to see music again. But it's really like of the day. And whereas before you'd have 50, 100 tickets pre-sold, you don't have that anymore. You're
No.
like 20, and even the clubs are saying, "Don't worry about it. There'll be walk-ups," and there always are.
Always are.
But still, it's.
Well, I want to just say,
Yeah.
your San Diego is showing. Because
Yes.
when you said you were touring with 4, you didn't leap to telling us that you would be playing with tracks. And so I want to know if that's something you've breached. Not just playing tracks as like addendums to what's going on, but as like a standard feature when you're playing with 4 instead of 6. Is that something you guys have
When
discussed?
you want the sounds in the
And
background.
I say your San Diego is showing because we're a little more granola down here, and
Right.
everybody up north tends to just hop right into it right away. What are your thoughts on that on touring?
I've always been more of that organic, live, just play the music of the moment in the moment. However, the CD is so different.
Yeah.
That is something to consider. But that means, the drummer's got to
Lock it
have the headphones and the click track, and you got to have. So what it does is it doesn't allow for spontaneity
Right, the
in
fluidity
the moment
sometimes.
because you're stuck to a format.
Oh,
You're
we're
stuck
so
to a-
old
That's
school,
right.
right?
but that being said, you can do things like looping
Yeah.
and some things that are
Yeah.
fun that can, you can actually control and have them go along. We're definitely not a jam band, but when you go on tour, you definitely play your songs different. We don't do the songs exactly like the record.
No,
and
right.
allow
Live
for
version.
longer solos. Allow for, give the people what they want. How
That's
much
right.
rock?
That's
Live is different. Live is different. Now, when you're here in San Diego, like you are right now, here with us at Girls Talk Rock.
That's
Girls
right.
Talk Rock.
We do. We're talking it.
Shout out to Girls
oh my
Talk Rock.
gosh. Well, I always explain, I always say music is somewhat like club soccer. Those of you who have kids or have played yourself in club soccer, there's all these different ranges of places you can play, and you're in different cues and circuits of playing. Where do you like to find yourself best? Do you like being in a lounge with an intimate crew, or are you loving like the bigger stages and just get as many bodies in a place as you can?
Or the little intimate stuff.
So hard to choose. Seriously, I love them both. There's nothing better than being on a stage. There's 5,000 people in front of you, and you're like, "Hello, Cleveland," or whatever, wherever you are. You're just like, because there's really not a lot you can say to 5,000
Rock and
people
roll.
that's intimate. Because first of all, there's a delay, so you can't talk a lot. That's why everybody says, "How you feeling?" Because everybody knows what that is.
they answer on
Let's
guitar.
rock,
That's
and then
right,
you
that's
play
right.
music.
Rock and roll.
But then there's the intimate club where you can just sit down and just be like, once when I was 5, and tell a
right,
story. You feel
right.
like you're in someone's living room. So I really do love both. I also love an artist that can be dynamic that way.
Right.
I love like somebody like Steve Earle, who will go out and tour as a solo artist with acoustic guitar and sell out. And then the next time he tours, he's got a guy with the record and the beatbox playing in the background and playing. Like you never know what to expect. So there's some really exciting artists out there that are doing like combining genres, which I think is how music is going to survive. The minute they cookie cuttered and said, "You're this and you're that and you're that," because that's not how radio used to be. When Elvis Presley got a hit, it was in all the charts. It wasn't just in one chart. And so by squeezing it, it's like you're choking the life out of it. But when people start infusing different feelings, that's why I like Americana. Because I'm not a huge hardcore country fan. I'm just not. I came from rock and roll. I like it hard. I like the rock and roll.
She likes it hard.
I like it hard. Wait, what?
Did you hear that on Girls Talk
Did you
Rock?
say that on radio? Is that
Oh
okay
my
to say?
God.
We got
Look
8
at the
seconds.
cable.
We got 8 seconds for our next segment. We got 1 second left. We're here with Eve Selis. This is Tracy Smith
I can
and Beth
talk.
Venus with Girls Talk Rock. She likes it hard.
I want to give a quick shout out too to all of our shows. We've got Girls Talk Rock, of course, we're talking right now. But we also have Jackie's Groove. We also have Gear Talk with Rodney Elliott.
It's true.
We also have May the Best Brand Win. We've got John Robertson on that one. And we have My Jam TV. So if you haven't checked out our other shows, just type in entertalkradio.com and get over there. Check out all the past shows on demand.
See you in 3 minutes.
Hey, it's Catherine from Listen Local Radio. Moe's Guitars has proudly served the San Diego music community since 1975. Specializing in guitars, basses, mandolins, banjos, and ukuleles, they buy, sell, trade, and consign. If you're looking for lessons, repairs, accessories, and cool gear, you found the right place. Located in downtown La Mesa Village, stop by and check out their digs or visit moesguitars.com or their Facebook page. mozeguitars.com, 619-698-1185.
Has your business been appified? Are you tired of doing marketing that doesn't deliver results? Mobile apps build loyalty and quality retention. Your app from UPG Mobile puts your business on their mind and at their fingertips. UPG Mobile will give you a custom app highlighting how you are unique, targeting your message, and improving your open rates. Appify your business and amplify your presence with your customers at upgmobilemarketinggroup.com.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
I raised $8,000 to build schools for South African children.
After realizing how many people go hungry in San Diego, I now volunteer at a food pantry.
I'm spending the next year doing volunteer projects across 3 countries and helping in ways they designate to be the most helpful.
The World Link program at the Joan B. Kroc Institute for Peace and Justice recognizes the potential of youth as agents of social change. Learn how you can help youth become a generation of leaders in action at peace.sandiego.edu.
You've heard me bragging about Progressive Medical Center and how they've helped me feel so much healthier. But one thing, Dr. Agoli, that a lot of people come to you with is just unexplained pain. They just can't get any relief. Why can Progressive Medical Center's Pain Management Center help them?
First of all, we have to acknowledge that pain is for real, and you've got acute pain and chronic pain. Here's the problem. That acute pain turns to chronic, which is long-standing, and no one's getting to the root cause. There are several key diagnostic components that help us get to the root of what's causing this pain. Is it inflammation? Once we do a thorough evaluation to get to the root cause, determine if it's structural or if it's a metabolic issue. And this way, we put an individualized program for pain management involving correcting the spine, using certain injections when necessary, and we get our patients out of pain quicker, and they stay out of pain because we teach them how to live their life well.
Don't let yourself live in pain any longer. Get a hold of Progressive Medical Center today at progressivemedicalcenter.com.
Progressive Medical, this is your life, live it well.
Talk to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Moe's Guitars is the proud sponsor of Girls Talk Rock. Over 35 years of helping girls and guys rock. Moe's Guitars, M-O-Z-E, guitars.com.
Welcome to Girls Talk Rock, where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And here are your hosts, Tracy Smith and Beth Venus.
Perfect. We are back. As soon as my sound man turns up my voice, we are back. So I want to let everybody know really quickly, too, that we are here talking tonight with Eve Selis, and we want everyone to know that we heard a little piece of her new single, Fearless Heart, and it's from her album, See Me With Your Heart. So you guys all need to get over there and check it out. Eve, tell us what your links are real quick for anybody that wants to check you out and figure out what you're all about.
EveSelis.com. EveSelis.com. You can find me on Facebook. I have Eve Selis Band music page, or just search Eve Selis, it'll come up. I've got CDs on iTunes, CD Baby, Amazon.com, Bandcamp,
Anywhere you can get it. Now,
Yeah.
let me just briefly say, I want you to give a shout out to Lauren, who's a very good friend of mine.
Hi, Lauren. How you doing?
Are we listening out there, Lauren?
Hi,
You out there, girl? Hey, Lauren. If you guys don't know, of course, Lauren is in town doing her own thing, music and everything, and we've been friends for quite a while, and we love everything about Lauren as well. So, since they're related, we had to just give that shout out.
I know, my Lolo. I call her Lolo.
So we're heading into we're in our fourth segment already. Holy Mary. And we're talking to Eve Selis about your career and your San Diego music scene and your extended going into England and the style of your music and all this. And we really want to talk about the stages that you love here in Southern California and where you are set to play, and if you're not, where you are looking to be set to play, and where you want to be, where we can possibly find you, and what you love to do. This now we're talking summer in England and fall. So let's talk about summer and fall of 2016.
Well, summer is fun because you get to do a lot of outdoor gigs.
Nice.
If you can get into the summer concert series. I know I have one coming up in San Marcos in June, and then I'll be gone for the month of July. I love playing at the Belly Up Tavern. It just has that vibe. Right when you walk in, you just feel energy. There's something about that place. I love the House of Blues. I used to play at Humphreys a lot. I haven't been back there in a while. That was actually one of the ways that I was able to build a lot of my following during the summer concert series, being the band that's playing in the lounge afterwards.
Right.
So many of the people that are there to see whoever's on the main stage come in afterwards for a nightcap, and if you're playing there, they're going to become your fans.
Good time.
And the SDMAs, because that's what happens after that. Everybody goes over to the little bar.
I haven't played at Music Box yet. I'm sure it's just as good as it was at Anthology. So I would.
It's actually better. They got $1 million sound system now and screens that play your stuff in the background.
Screens. I like screens.
Okay,
yeah,
so that's a good one. I also like doing house concerts. I really do. It's that more intimate vibe, but it's more of the one-on-one, and you can kind of break down and tell the stories about the song. So that's fun. I love to play at the Coach House. I haven't played there in years. So you guys have a connection, don't you?
We might have something to say about that.
I don't know. You know what?
Roger
I was just going to ask the second question. The follow-up to that is when, the product you have now and the music you're playing now, what do you brand yourself as? You're an original act. You go out there, you say, I'm a 6-piece when I'm local here. Yes. And what is your press kit selling? And do you find that your fan base has followed that well, that they're with you every step of the way on that?
They are. And again, Americana is just a way of saying exactly what I was saying before, the indie country. It's just a more accepted terms. And guess what? Billboard magazine just started covering that again. They stopped doing
West Coast country folk kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising because they always just talked about what a joke it is, but people love it. And I love music that, like I said before, I love the texture of country music. I like a dobro. I like a banjo. But it's got to start with rock and roll and then put that on top of it. I like a folk song. I like a song that's just torn down and naked. I love that. So for me, it's just more interesting. Instead of, we've all heard bands that have come out and every song is like almost exactly the same song and there's no dynamic and there's no anything that's infusing it, that's making it exciting. You've got to have that. Personally, I need to have that in order to be interested and excited about it. And if you listen to some of your favorite artists, why do you love their records?
Right.
Because it's not that every song is the same, but they're doing something different. Or they're not afraid to stretch and go outside of the boundaries. So I guess
maybe
there's no
every
rules.
song sounds the different on the album. They don't all sound the same.
Right.
Which that's my favorite kind of album.
Well, two-sided for you. Playing here in San Diego or extended area. I was saying that like trifecta here of Nevada, Arizona, California is kind of our desert states.
Our desert states.
But if you were to support a national act, what tour would you be on? And on the other side of that, if you were said headliner, who would you bring in as your support?
I could go out with Little Big Town. I could open for Kenny Chesney.
There we go.
There it is.
Just saying.
Kenny might be coming to the Coach House soon. We'll have to check that out.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just trying to think about, who one of my favorite bands right now is 21 Pilots.
Cool.
I love that band. I would love to open for them. I always tease. Yeah, they seem like it. They just have so much fun, and it's just two guys, and they just and they play with all the crazy stuff, and then they stop and start, and it's very difficult to tour with as an opening act unless you have money, because they can, the bigger you are as a band, you realize that spot can be monetized, and then that helps your tour. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times the way that bands get on tours is their label will pay for it, or they, their best friend, or it's sponsored by somebody that they get them on there, but it's usually pay to play. You don't make any money. You're going out for nothing. So you've got to work your tour around that, where you're opening for them and making nothing that night, and then you're going to do this private thing here where you're making money to cover all your expenses.
Or playing at the casino, right?
Or playing at the casino, or doing whatever. And, I'm not above playing a corporate gig if I have to pay my bills. I mean, I don't go out as Eve Selis. I go out as whatever it is. But I'm a musician. I'm a working musician. I'm proud to say that. I'd rather play my own songs, but you get paid a lot of money to do other people's songs. So I've done that to support my family, but that's not something I would tour with. Right. I would only tour. I've spent too long building up the brand of Eve Selis to be known as the girl that sings this or that. But, locally, if somebody calls me and they need somebody to sit in,
you're ready to
pay me, I'm like, I'll do it.
All right, now
I'm a singer.
We're within 2 minutes of our interview, so we're going to get right to what we call our
Quattro
questions.
Yes,
everybody that comes in has to answer these Quattro questions, and just gives us a little insight into who you are. So you just got to answer kind of quick.
Okay, first one, Melissa Etheridge or Bonnie Raitt?
Bonnie Raitt.
There it is, baby. Okay.
I would have done, that's a tough one.
I know.
These questions are trick.
No, these questions are random. So here's go. If you're any kind of ice cream, what are you?
Double chocolate mocha fudge.
There we go. Sounds like she likes chocolate. Am I wrong?
We're of the same soul, I think.
Yeah.
That's
I
happening.
know.
Okay, so you're on
With some cookie dough.
You're on Pandora, and you're like a great hit, and you're hitting international status.
Yes.
What 3 Pandora stations will we find you on stylistically?
Yikes. You'll find me on alt country, rebel country. You'll find me on some indie stations. You'll find me.
All right, so here's the last one.
That was a trick question.
No, that's good.
Here's the last one. If you're stuck, anywhere in the world, where are you stuck? Where's your heart?
Where's my heart?
Yeah, anywhere in the world. If you had to be stuck there forever.
Wow, that's a hard question too. San Diego. This is home.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
See, now you make all the money overseas,
and you want to know
but you
what?
want to be stuck in San Diego.
But you want to know what? Every time I fly back into San Diego, I'm like, gosh dang, I'm so lucky to live here.
All right,
I live here, people. I live here.
So one more time, give us your links. You got 15 seconds.
EveSelis.com. You can find me on Facebook. I've got a YouTube station. You can find my CDs on iTunes, Amazon.com, Bandcamp,
Just
CD
type
Baby.
in Eve Selis. You'll find her. What a fabulous interview. And thank you so much for coming tonight, Eve. We've had a great interview with
Thank you, Tracy.
San Diego's very own.
We are Girls Talk Rock, and we are here
Tracy Smith.
every single Wednesday, Beth Venus. And you know what? Check out Moe's Guitars. Check out Studio at CCMA. Check out Playcam, Red Giant Promo, Play Like a Girl Records. Silver Tiger Production is doing a lot of big things in town. Girl. All right, Rodney did it. He went there. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you.
Hey, it's Catherine from Listen Local Radio. Moe's Guitars has proudly served the San Diego music community since 1975. Specializing in guitars, basses, mandolins, banjos, and ukuleles, they buy, sell, trade, and consign. If you're looking for lessons, repairs, accessories, and cool gear, you found the right place. Located in downtown La Mesa Village, stop by and check out their digs or visit mozeguitars.com or their Facebook page. mozeguitars.com, 619-698-1185.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
Hey guys, CS Keys here to introduce you to San Diego's #1 health meal prep provider, Fresh and Fit Meals. With over 40 menu items to choose from, several pickup locations all over America's finest city, made and delivered fresh, never frozen. Save on time and money. Super convenient and improves the quality of your life. Just visit the website, freshandfitmeals.com, for all the menus and the pricing. Or give them a call at 858-805-5949 for more details. Remember, you are what you eat, so you might as well be fresh and fit with Fresh and Fit Meals.
Take a break from politics. Tune in and learn something. WS Radio shows are worth your time and are filled with tips and advice. Add us to your lunch routine, and we'll give you a meal for your mind.
Do you want to be a professional coach? Are you in business trying to make a real difference with people you manage or work with? Have you started a coaching practice that isn't quite getting off the ground? Get the skills you need to be a successful coach today with the Coaches Training Program from Accomplishment Coaching. The Coaches Training Program will show you how to help others focus and be more fulfilled. Whether you want to improve your company's bottom line or create a thriving coaching practice, Accomplishment Coaching can give you the distinctions and practices you need to coach others effectively today. Accomplishment Coaching has spent 6 years developing a cutting-edge coaches training program that will have you ready to coach people professionally in just 12 months, and you don't have to take time off work to do it. To find out more about the Coaches Training Program, just call 1-888-548-6813. That's 1-888-548-6813.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, VinVillage.com, where wine lovers connect. Be sure to tune in weekly to Vin Village Radio for exclusive, in-depth interviews with the who's who in wine and food.